Everyone's back in training today. How's everyone been looking? Sharp?
Yeah, good. It's early days really, so we, first day back for a lot of the lads who played at Wembley. We've had lads back for a week, so no, we're ready and we'll look forward to Slovenia next week.
Is there a buzz and excitement around the camp?
There's always a buzz and excitement around the place. We've always, everyone loves to come to work, and that's one of the great things about the club. We've got such a good group here, and such a solid group, and a bunch of people that come to work with a smile on their face. And as you know, the most important thing to me is the group, and every single one of them in the group. So it's a good place to be.
Yeah, and the game coming up on Saturday, obviously, it's going to be a mainly development squad, I understand.
We'll bring two sides down there really. So we'll have some experienced players in there. Marcus Williams will play. Sean Wilson will play. Brett Williams will play. And we'll have two good sides there. We'll have 45 minutes each.
I guess it gives you quite a lot of Reading fans who haven't seen people like Brett Williams, Sean Morrison play. It gives them a chance to see them in action up close and personal.
Yeah, and it'll be good. So we're looking forward to that. I'll be at the game, and I've got to go somewhere on Friday, and then I'll be at the game on Saturday. So, first game of the season, looking forward to it.
Yeah. Talking about the squad and everything, I mean, Matt Mills and the bid coming from Leicester, was that something that you anticipated at some point? Did you kind of see that coming, or?
Yeah, we saw something coming, and the nature of how we run our club, that's how things are. It's unfortunate as far as I'm concerned. But that's how we do. That's how we do things, and that's it. We move on.
Yeah.
Matt's done fantastically well for us, so he's in talks with Leicester at the moment.
I guess your position was kind of forced in one way or another because of the fact that he had a year left in his contract. Did that?
Not necessarily that. The bid was the bid. And the club accept the bid, we're running a business as well as a football club, and we've done it this way for a number of years now. Certainly since I've been the manager. And I think we've got the business we run is we've got to make sure that that we stay in the black, and that's what we try and do.
Yeah, but you did try to keep him here. You came here with a deal. I mean, he hasn't actually gone yet, but you did offer him the new contract and everything as well.
Yeah, we offered him a new deal. We tried to keep him, but obviously I spoke to him last night, and he's made a decision that he wanted to go and talk to them, and we'll see what happens. So obviously they've got to agree everything. I think it's all agreed. It's just having his medical.
Mm. And in terms of your position now, are you going to be looking to bring somebody in because at centre back it seems to be?
Yeah, I'll try to bring a centre back, and we've got Sean Morrison and Alex Pearce, and obviously Brynjar can play there as well. I'll try and bring in a centre half.
Yeah, I guess Ian Hart's got experience there as well. I mean, not in the Championship or higher, but he's got that experience.
Yeah, but Ian plays as left back for me, so I think it's important. We obviously short in numbers at that stage, but we were this time last season as well. Mm. So that's something we need to address.
Yeah. Any other signs on the horizon from your point of view?
Not yet. No, we'll just wait and see what happens as far as anybody else is concerned, and then we'll go from there.
Does that mean? It's likely that you'll only conduct business if there's offers for your players?
Not necessarily. If I see something that I think is good and it's in our price range and something we can do, and we can make the books balance, then. That we may have an interest, yeah.
Yeah. How tough a challenge is that to get the right players that fit, the right price, the right time, and
Well, I've been here 11 years now, and that's what we've been doing for the last 10, 11 years, trying to get the right fit, the right price, the right character, the right personality, and players who want to come and play for Reading. That's the challenge, and that's no different, and that's how it works here.
Yeah, and the good news that Jeremy McDermott signed a new deal as well.
He's signing today, so I'm really delighted about that. 3 years. He's he's a great professional, Joby. The fact that he plays the games, every week he's up for playing, plays in. So delighted about that. Obviously, Hal Canoe signed another deal and committing to us as well, and he had a lot of interest. Hal Canoe, there's a lot of interest from Championship sides, and he chose to stay with Reading. He wants to play for Reading, and. That's what I'm talking about, players like Hal that want to stay here and want to play for the club and the fans.
Yeah, with Matt going as well, I guess Joby might be one of the possible candidates for the captain's armband. He's worn it before. You've got Andy Griffin.
Yeah, we've got a number of candidates that could to do that role, so that's something that we'll make a decision on.
Is that something we can maybe look at them over the pre-season before kind of...
No, it won't be over pre-season. No, it won't be. I know the characters that they are, so I'll just make that decision and then let them know.
Yeah. And how the first year, well, not first year scholars anymore, but the first year pros that come up from the academy, how are they settling into life as professional footballers?
I haven't seen a lot of them really. So it's my first day back really, so
yeah.
I haven't really seen a lot of them.
You mean you've had them train with you before as a group?
Well, I've got Eamon Dolan and Dave Dodds have done such a fantastic job with the academy, and we've got a conveyor belt of players here. Got a real number of good young players coming through. In the last 5 years we've produced terrific players, and long may that continue. Yeah,
I mean the Championship playoff final wasn't that long ago now. Is that put to the back of your mind now?
Would I say it has to be put to the back of my mind, but it's there. It's still there because I want to use that as a positive going into next season. I think that it's important. What I would say is the season that we had was fantastic, and we missed out by the width of a post. Really, I mean, I genuinely believe if Jem would have scored the goal, the one that hit the post, we'd have gone on to win that game.
As well,
yeah,
afterwards.
We felt that we would have won the game, and we felt over the period of the 90 minutes we should have won the game. There's no point looking back. I've got to live very much in what we've got to do now and the now. But it doesn't go away because you use it as a positive to move on really.
And the teams that came down, I mean, how do you rate the strength of the Championship this season?
It's hard to say. You'll have a look after 10 games and see where we're going. Obviously big teams, Birmingham and West Ham, Blackpool came down as well, and then you've got big teams coming up as well. It's Brighton, everyone seems to be spending money. Brighton as well just bought Michael Smith, so there seems to be Leicester seem to be spending a load of money. Yeah.
Was Michael Smith a player that you were still interested in, or was it the asking price?
We had no chance of getting him at that. Yeah. We just couldn't afford a player like that at that money. There's no chance. So we tried to get him last year on loan, and we had him through the door, and they changed their mind at Peterborough. So we knew that was the case. That was life. But but there's big money being spent in this league, but that doesn't necessarily guarantee success. Yeah.
And with the Slovenia trip coming up, I mean, how important is it as a whole to go away as a group and that team bonding kind of exercise?
Well, you've been there, you've seen it, and you've seen it for yourself. So, the group, as I've said, is massively important to me. It's more important than anybody, any individual. So, to go away for those 10 days, I think it's good for us to have a couple of days here and then get straight out of the country. And by the time we come back, we're a couple of weeks before we're ready to play. Yeah.
You checked out the opposition yet? I mean,
we've got a team from Turkey we're playing, and a team from the Premier League in Slovenia, so we've got 2 games instead of 3. We don't need 3 games out there, so we'll do more training and we'll have the 2 games.
Yeah, and then back to business when you get back here as well, pretty much straight away with the Northampton game. So we're sort of nailing down what we need to do, and the pre-season for us isn't long this year. I think that's good off the back of the fact that we had such a long season last season. And you mentioned that you had something to do tomorrow. Is that the James McLean? Are you going to watch him?
I'm going to watch Derry versus Rovers in Derry.
Yeah. Is he a player that's obviously going to be one that you're going to be looking out for? I mean, there's been a lot of reports circulating. He said that he'd be.
Well, we know.
To move to England. I mean.
Yeah, we know. It's a good market for us, the Irish market. So I'll go and watch the game. It's a really good game for us. So I'm going to go there with Nick and. Looking forward to watching a bit of football. Yeah, and just lastly with the Irish connection as well. I mean, there's been a lot of interest in Shane Long at the moment as well, but nothing. Rightly so. Nothing that has met your asking price as of yet, then. It's not that. It's there's a lot of people hedging their bets. I'm sure. As far as I'm concerned, Shane is the best striker in the Championship. He could play for anyone in the Premiership. So we shall see with that one. We just have to watch this space on that one. Yeah, but he's of a character that his head. I mean, I'm sure he's just focusing on doing the job for Reading right now. If you asked him the question, Shane Long is not desperate to walk away from Reading. Shane Long loves Reading. His mum goes to the games. He's well looked after here. So he thinks the world of this team. It's unique with the majority of our players that they want to play for our club. And I think the fans need to know that. It's important that they know that these guys, your Hal Canoes of this world, your Simon Churches, your Alex Pearces, the number of players that they want to play for Reading, which is very, very unique in football. Cool. Cheers.